So rising sea level impacts the Annapolis area frequently, unfortunately, in the form of flooding some of our city. So we're a 300-year-old city. We've got the U.S. Naval Academy there, and our downtown city dock area floods a lot. It floods during big storm events. It floods during high king tides. Sometimes it floods, we don't even know why. So that's something that's a big concern to my constituents. How to respond to that, it's a long, detailed process, but one of the things that I've done is scheduled a legislative work meeting to actually have the Naval Academy and the City of Annapolis personnel come brief the county council on what they're doing for their local impacts and how we as a larger community in the county can start to emulate some of that. Well, the kind of support that we need, I think, is inspirational and visionary. So rising sea level is a big problem. It's a huge problem. There's no easy answer. There's no quick fix. So I think what we need is to come together as local governments, share stories of success, talk about common challenges, and figure out what models may work in different places. I don't know the answer. How am I going to protect my community? I'm interested in learning more. I'm interested in working with others across the country to try and figure out robust solutions. I think it's very important for this type of group to get together, and there's a lot of opportunities to share what we're all doing in our individual neighborhoods and towns and cities. There is no one-size-fits-all. There's no cookie-cutter approach to how to deal with rising sea level and flooding. But just even on the ride up here from the airport, I was talking to two mayors, and we shared, well, what's happening in your community? What's happening in your community? And I think getting together, sitting us all down, having us talk about what works, what doesn't, what challenges, what opportunities we see, that's how you get inspired to go back to your own community and start making a difference. I think the key for communication is to find that personal attachment, right? I mean, people might watch the news, they might hear about melting ice caps or climate change, and they'll tune out. But then they might go to their downtown area and see it's flooded. Or there might be a storm coming and they've got to make dramatic decisions on how to prepare. I think it's building those connections, really connecting the dots, and making regular people understand the connection to these coastal threats that are happening more and more frequently. Yeah, we are starting to see a more increased general awareness. The flooding in our downtown city dock area is happening more frequently. It's almost part of normal life now, and I think people are starting to realize this isn't okay, we're going to have to do something about it. So we've seen the City of Annapolis government actually working with some partners to put some plans in place, and I'm trying to do that for our county and Arundel County. We have over 500 miles of shoreline, tidal shoreline in Anne Arundel County, so we're very vulnerable, and I really do want to start doing something more forward-looking to respond to this threat of rising tides. Absolutely. It's a very densely populated residential area, some affluent communities, all kinds of communities, but they're under threat every time there's a tropical storm or hurricane headed our way. But even when there's a king tide or a nor'easter, we see flooding, we see shoreline erosion, and it's impacting private property, but it's also threatening public resources like roads and bridges.